Hey, Ross. Did you have a good weekend? Or did you watch movies, eat pizza, and have a meaningful conversation with your lamp?
Very funny. No, Rachel and I had a huge fight.
Oh no, the relationship meteor strikes again. What was it this time?
We argued about what she wants to wear to the plumber's ball.
The plumber's ball? What do you care what she wears to the plumber's ball?
She insists on wearing clogs.
Hey, Joey. Do you know why kings like to play poker in the bathroom?
I don't know. Why? Are they, like, royal and bored or something?
No, it's so they can always get a royal flush.
It's only 11 a.m., and I'm already exhausted.
Well, you know what they say? The life of a plumber, it's a drain.
So far this blessed week in Foleyville, Chester Kringleblocker has gone and kidnapped the railway workers, brought the mighty iron horse to a screeching halt, hatched himself a scheme to be sworn in as mayor, and in the process has more or less run Christmas clean out of town. All in all, just another calm and reasonable Christmas week around these parts. Let's mosey on over to the McAllister sisters' ranch, just outside of town. See how they're holding up.
Well, butter my biscuits, Lily Lodge. Ain't it a fine sight seeing you riding back into our neck of the prairie?
Yeah-how! Evening, Miss McAllister. Got every last item you sent for, just like you asked.
Mighty fine news. Can you believe it? I wired that order way back in August, and here it is already, and it's only December. That's what I call lightning quick service. I surely do adore your business. How do you do it?
Well, there is a dusty old law in the books. Few people even know about it. The law says if you're delivering goods, you can travel over the posted speed limit.
But that name, House Hyphen, I still can't puzzle out that name.
Simple as sewing a straight seam. I bring the goods right to your house.
Sure, I savvied that part, but what in tarnation's a hyphen got to do with it?
Truth be told, I near called it a house dash, on account of how fast I get things hauled in.
Dash, huh? 4 months is a mighty brisk jog around these territories. Still, house dash don't quite tickle the ear, does it?
No, ma'am. And seeing as a dash and a hyphen are kin in the punctuation family, house hyphen stuck like a burr on a saddle blanket.
Howdy there, Amelia. Already back with the goods? Mercy, only 4 months gone. You're quick as greased lightning. You fetch any word from the trails? Ain't seen hide nor hair of the train in days.
News? Oh, I got news all right. And it ain't the cheery sort. The railroad crew's been snatched up by that no-good rattlesnake Chester Kringleblocker. Train's frozen stiff on the tracks. Now Foleyville can't get no decorations till things get set right.
Consarna and thunderation. That's trouble for sure. Brid, saddle up. We gotta hoof it into town. Rally the folks and save Christmas proper like.
Much obliged. I'll finish my rounds, spread word quicker than a prairie fire in July, and meet you at the Walsh Hotel.
Word of Kringleblocker's latest scheme to ruin Christmas once and for all has been spreading like wildfire across Foley County and right into Foleyville proper. Folks are whispering, rumors are stirring, and before long, everyone's going to have it figured out. So let's head down to Gabe Street, right in the heart of Foleyville, and see what trouble or truth is about to come to light.
Dr. Patchwell, you look troubled. What's got your britches in a twist?
Well, howdy, Vincent Ironcrest. That young lady from House Hyphen, the one who delivers my medicines, she brought me some news that got me none too pleased.
Ah, you mean Lily Lodge. By thunder, that gal's fast. I ordered a hatchet last year, and it showed up in under 6 months.
A hatchet? And pray tell, what do you need a hatchet for? Your land's all cleared.
Didn't need it for me, Doc. Had to replace one I'd gone and lost. But what's this Lily said that's got you all worked up?
She claims that Chester Kringleblocker and his no-good gang have cooked up a scheme to spoil Christmas. They somehow got the train to stop running.
Well, that might explain why the McAllister sisters are high-tailing it through town. Looks like quite a gathering at the Wash Hotel. Reckon you'll walk along with me there, Dr. Patchwell?
Why, Vincent, I'd be proud to lend a hand, but you look more rattled than a snake in a burlap sack. What's gnawing at ya?
Well, reckon that news you brought me has me uneasy in the saddle. See, there's an old dust-covered law buried deep in them railroad books. Says if my train fails to deliver goods come Christmas time, I lose my railroad license, my livelihood, the whole shebang. My family's been driving steel and steaming into towns far longer than most folks been breathing. If we fail now, it'd spell ruin and disgrace on the Ironcrest name for generations.
Then thunder and tarnation, let's hightail it to the Walsh and save Christmas before the law tries to steal it from ya.
It seemed like just about everyone was either hearing whispers or putting the pieces together about Kringleblocker's crooked plan. Folks began gathering at the Walsh Hotel, scratching their heads and hoping to cobble together some sort of scheme of their own. Former Sheriff C.G. Justice would dearly love to lend a hand in saving Christmas. And speaking of justice, Ava Whitmore is pulling up to the Justice Ranch right this very moment.
Well, tip my hat and call me lucky. Howdy there, Mrs. Justice, and fine evening to you, Sheriff C.G.
Howdy yourself, Anna. Now don't you go forgetting, that's retired Sheriff C.G. He's a peace man now. Ain't that a fact, C.G.?
Well, I reckon it is fact. I'm done with them chasing vermin. Me and the badger done. Nevermore.
Now, Miss Anna, you best be telling me you're headed over to the Walsh to finish up the decorating. I'm more giddy than a calf at springtime waiting on Christmas.
Yes, sir. Reckon it's the finest season this side'll have. We were just fixing to mossy into town, Anna. Take a gander at that big old Foleyville Christmas tree.
That low-down Chester Kringleblock gone and hog-tied the railroad workers. Train sitting there, stiff as a frozen mule. Can't get no directions into town without train running. Kringleblocker and his crew hatched themselves a scheme to plump ruin Christmas for everybody.
Over my sheriff's badge they will. Christmas be saved even I gotta dust off my old spurs, saddle up and haul in that scroundle with my own two hands.
Now hold your horses, C.G. Last time you got it in your head to save Christmas, you near burnt the homestead clean down trying to string lights on the porch.
Well, shoot. Stringing lights ain't law work, but catching rascals, that I can do. Let's ride on over to that Wash Hotel and see how we can lend a hand.
Now hold your horses, C.G. You're retired, remember? Ain't allowed to enforce nothing, even if your boots are itching for action.
Well now, darling, that ain't the whole of it. There's an old, near-forgotten law buried in them dusty Foleyville statues that says, if trouble comes a-brewing round Christmas time, any retired sheriff can strap the badge back on and ride into duty once more.
I should have figured. You can't keep a good lawman down.
The good people of Foleyville are meeting over at Wash Hotel to hatch our own plan. I'll see you guys there.
Crowd over at the Walsh Hotel was swelling by the minute. Now I've been loitering around Foleyville a good long while now, and I'll be darned if I ever knew the place had quite so many dusty old laws just laying around. All this talk has gone and made my throat dry as the high desert. So let's amble on down to Phineas's saloon where, if I had to wager, Hugh Better is already perched on his favorite stool, minding everybody's business but his own.
Evening to you, Mr. Better. Any big poker games brewing in town tonight?
Usually you rustle up a few of them railway fellas to play a hand or two, but I ain't laid eyes on 'em in days.
Now that you mention it, reckon I ain't seen that troll road through neither.
Well, I best lay in a supply of whiskey if that rail line's gone quiet. How close are y'all to running dry?
Easy there, Hugh. I only order a dab off the train so Uncle Sam thinks I'm square with the law. There's an old dusty law most folks don't reckon. It says as long as my spirits are brewed right here in Foleyville, I don't need to pay no taxes on it. But you didn't hear tell all that from me.
Hear what from who?
Howdy there, sir. Name's Phineas Walter, and this here is Hugh Better. Mighty pleased to make your acquaintance. What can I do for you?
Good day, gentlemen. I'm Toya Sunshine, and I head the Sunshine Committee.
The Sunshine what now?
It's a fine establishment dedicated to bringing brightness and cheer to those less fortunate.
Ma'am, this here's a saloon. Might be barking up the wrong tree if you're trying to spread sunshine.
Oh, I ain't mistaken one bit. There's a crusty old law buried deep in them legal books. Most folks ain't got the foggiest idea about it. It says any card-slinging gambler, such as yourself, who gives a mite to charity, can claim it as a write-off with the taxman. Keeps Uncle Sam off your back while keeping the good deeds rolling.
I like that law. How can I contribute, but still spreading sunshine in a saloon? It don't seem the right spot.
I've been tramping across this county spreading cheer for near a month, and I'm plumb warmed in. I reckon if ever there was a place in need of sunshine, and I was in need of a stiff drink, this be it. So, Mr. Better, I would greatly, the Sunshine Committee would greatly appreciate a bottle of that unlicensed lightning that Phineas keeps tucked away.
Howdy there, Miss Constance. What brings you by today?
Same thing as yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. Pure, unfiltered boredom. My husband's off with the cavalry scouting the frontier. The train didn't deliver the instruments for the concert tonight, so I had to cancel it. I have a ton of food and some sad musicians. I need something to take the edge off. Fix me a drink of something good, please.
You got it. The right stuff, Miss Constance. I didn't even know we had talented musicians over there at the school.
These kids just moved here. They walked, step by step, from Dennisshire. They're new kids on the block.
Well, keep hanging tough, Miss Constance. Foleyville's a magical town. Things will turn around. Toya, meet Lorraine Constant. She dishes out grub at the Foleyville schoolhouse.
Nice to meet you, Toya. Phineas, I'm not the lunch lady. I'm the literacy coach. I wish I could stay, but I was just leaving.
Please don't go, girl. Ma'am, I am sorry. I didn't rightly know we had a literacy team.
Literacy team, huh? What's the spread on that game this week? What are the rules? Can a man lay a wager on it? How are you the coach of the literacy team with an accent like that?
I'll have you know, I went to the Foleyville University with this accent.
Huh. That explains the FU bumper sticker on your wagon.
Say, what's stirring over at the Walsh Hotel? Looks like half the town's gathering yonder.
Fine time for Miss Anna Whitmore. Dinner hour. And folks will be hungry.
Hope she's stocked, 'cause if that train ain't running, she might not have fixings for the whole hunger town.
I'll meet you guys there. I gotta grab something from the schoolhouse first.
To the surprise of absolutely no one, Chester Kringleblocker and his ragtag crew were holed up in the cave of Loot Loot with the poor railway workers all trussed up like Christmas parcels. And if Chester's anything like most villains, and sadly, he is, you can bet he'll be talking far too much, spilling every last detail of his grand, overcooked scheme to ruin Christmas once and for all.
Now hold on a tick, Ethan. What incarnation are we doing out here again? And for what purpose exactly?
We're making sure these railroad fellas don't sit so much as a boot on that train. No workers, no train, simple as spit.
I savvy that part just fine. But why are we stopping the train at all?
Because if the train don't run, them good folks of Foleyville can't get the Christmas decorations. No decorations, no cheer, no Christmas. End of story.
Yeah. Christmas goes belly up and all manner of heartbreak follows. I understand the effect, Ethan. What I don't understand is why we're bothering to spoil Christmas like a bad barrel of apples.
Because it's downright genius. That's why. Christmas fails, and without a proper holiday, I become the mayor of Foleyville.
You truly reckon the fine folks of Foleyville are gonna have an election on Christmas Eve and cast a vote for you? Hate to break it to you, Chester, but they'd elect a rattlesnake in a bonnet.
Oh, I ain't counting on their good graces. Won't need 'em. See, Miss Dunstan and myself are the only two names on that ballot in January. And there's a dusty old rule, most folks don't even remember it, that says if the sitting mayor fails to provide Christmas cheer by 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve, they are immediately removed from office, and an emergency election is held. So if when Mayor Dunstan bungles Christmas, she's forced out of office. And with me being the only one left on the ballot, I slide right into that big, fancy mayor's chair.
Sounds slicker than fresh butter on the griddle. You got my support. Shoes shirtin'. Straight.
Well, sounds like you won't need no votes anyhow. But, Mayor and Rate Waitin', sir, what's in this little scheme for us?
Well, I'm glad you inquired, Sheriff Caliente. And allow me to present my right-hand gentleman, Lieutenant Mayor Ethan El Violinista Evangelista. Rolls off the tongue like sweet molasses, don't it? Now, Ethan, ride into the Capitol, River Crescent, and let Governor know we need him here by 8 p.m. tonight so he can certify me as Mayor of Foleyville.
Calista, you ever wonder these villain types are always spouting off at the mouth about their plans? Always seem kind of risky.
As word of Kringleblocker's latest scheme spread, folks came riding into Foleyville from far and wide. Everyone had themselves an opinion on Chester, but not a soul could rightly say what ought be done about it. Rumors swirled that he was playing it all strictly by the book, even if the laws he leaned on were so old and dusty they near coughed when you opened them.
Well now, Charlotte, reckon we best be heading back towards the ranch before night comes creeping in.
You got that right. These cows done filled their bellies free for one evening.
Well, howdy, ladies. Been a spell since I seen y'all. How y'all been keeping?
Land sakes, Dusty Lee Jones, you come sneaking out of nowhere like that near give me a fright.
Huh, didn't scare me none. Seen him wandering out the old cave yonder for a good minute now. What business you got down in them rocks, Dusty Lee?
Still chasing that full dream of striking it rich. Thought maybe today'd be the day to the mother load.
Any luck there out on the dirt today?
Ain't found me no gold nugget, but I did strike me a nugget of truth. Sure as sunrise.
Truth? Out here? What kind of truth you digging up in them caves?
Words drifting around that Chester Kringleblocker done snatched them railway boys.
We've been trail riding for days. Ain't heard a whisper of it. How'd he catch wind way out here in the hill?
These old shafts carry voices like church bells on a Sunday breeze. Heard Kringleblocker hissing to his gang about ruining Christmas and making himself mayor of Foleyville.
Then we best hightail it back to town. Likely folks will be gathering at the Walsh Hotel, scheming how to handle the trouble.
Forget the cattle. Town's where we're needed. Let's ride.
I'll saddle up with you. Got plenty more to tell on the trail. It sounds like Chester uncovered a crusty old law that makes it so he can be mayor of Foleyville.
If Chester's trying to get us all legal-like, we might want to get us some folks that speak legalese.
Kate and me be wise ahead and pay a visit to the fancy law outfit that just blew in from California.
Good call, Charlotte. I hear them California lawyers are the best. You go to their offices, and Dusty and me will see you at the Walsh.
Foleyville had never quite laid eyes on anything like the law office of M.E. Law. The brother-sister firm raised over in Foleywood, where their parents were big-timers in the picture show business. But these two turned their backs on fame, fortune, and red carpets, choosing instead to study the fine and peculiar art of Christmas law. They'd only just hung their shingle when Charlotte came a knocking on the door.
Welcome to the offices of M.E. Law. Name's Emmy, and here's my brother, Ignatius Mahomes. What kind of trouble can we help around? Merry Christmas! Well, ain't this a sight? Y'all got more of them fancy trophies gathering the place more than wheels got feathers. Must be the finest lawyers in this side old creation.
Oh, those shy doodads, they ain't ours. They belong to Mom and Pa. They were every yonder in Foleywood, win 6 or 7 every year, and ship 'em off to us, 'cause their shelves done burst from the weight of them. Now then, what business brings you riding in?
Chester Klingelbach fixing to ruin Christmas. Plain as day. He's digging up some old crusty lies. No decent person's heard 100 winters we're seeking. Some legal help keeping Christmas alive.
Well, you've done trotted into the right place. Christmas laws are our specialty. We'll head over to see Judge Prescott Vandelay right quick.
Finest fair judge in the whole country. He won't abide no scoundrel stopping on Christmas cheer. He done knows ours ma and pa, so he might take kindly to us.
Looks like Lucy and Warren went and stitched together themselves a plan. A proper no Krings rally, loud enough to rattle windows and laws alike. Now all they could do was cross their fingers and hope Lily had enough goods stockpiled over at her house-warehouse to keep the whole operation from fizzling out before it ever even got off the ground.
Hey there, Lily. Sorry to barge in on you, but I reckon we need some supplies.
No worries at all. Fact is, I reckon I'm gonna owe you an apology. With the train not running, I'm low on supplies myself. What are you supplying it for?
If the governor's riding into town, we best make it clear Foleyville ain't keen on no Kringle Blocker running the show around here. Lily, sounds like you done got yourself one of them contraptions Mr. Samuel Morse has been tinkering with. Ain't you supposed to respond when the thing ticks? Now what does he call that thing again?
What you're drawing about is a telegraph. But this here ain't one of those. This marvelous invention was created by the great Douglas Blattner Cunin himself, and it's known as a Blattnergraph.
So, what's the difference between telegraph and a Blattnergraph?
Well now, a telegraph ticks when somebody's fixing to talk to you. But a Blattnergraph, this beauty right here, it only ticks when it's the wrong number. So there ain't ever no call to respond to the messages.
I suppose that makes sense. Actually, no, it don't make a lick of sense. But ain't no time for pondering. Warren, tell Lily the plan we done cooked up to convince the governor that Foleyville don't want no Kringle Blocker wearing the mayor's badge.
We were figuring on a bit of a demonstration. Something peaceful but powerful.
I like that notion. We could spread the word, get the whole town to show up.
Needs a name, though. What about no Chester Kringle Blocker objection?
Mercy, Warren, that's a mouthful. Maybe call it a rally instead. No Chester Kringle Blocker rally.
That's still longer than a prairie train. Mr. Hewlett and Mr. Packard can't fit that much print on a poster if they work till dawn. We best shorten it.
How about no Kringle Blocker rally?
Closer, but it still don't sing.
I got it. The No Krings rally. Short, snappy, and easy to holler. I'll head over to Mr. Hewlett's print shop, have him start cranking out the posters.
And I'll trot down to Mr. Packard's and have him do the same.
Wouldn't it be something if those two just joined forces? Packard Hewlett has a fine ring to it, don't you think?
Maybe so. Funny thing, Jack Epson and his brother were thinking of opening a print shop too, over on Racco Street. Till their church put a stop to it on account of some religious canon.
I heard tell about that. Church said it could be a gateway to something bad, so they had them start an apple orchard over in the Dale.
Looks like folks are meeting up at the walls already. Come on, let's get to organizing. Foleyville's Christmas depends on it.
Things were truly starting to heat up a tick. Ignatius Mahomes and Emmy A. Ward found themselves locked in legal combat with Sam Scrooge and Macy Grinch right there in Judge Vandelay's courtroom. Now, Judge Vandelay held a deep and abiding love for old Christmas traditions. But truth be told, he harbored an equal affection for old laws, especially the stubborn ones that refused to stay buried.
All rise! Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye! The 12th Circuit, 25th District Court of Christmas in the county of Foley in the town of Foleyville is now in session. All those with business before the court, pay heed, draw nigh, give attention, you shall be heard. The Honorable Judge Prescott Vandelay IV presiding. You may be seated.
Well, now, before we commence with further drawn or legal wranglings, I do believe I spy two young attorneys standing yonder. And wouldn't you know it, we share a common pair of kinfolk. Might I inquire as to the present state of their physical stamina, emotional gumption, spiritual velocity, and their making do in that glittering land known as Foleywood?
Been the court's pardon, Judge Vandelay. Ignatius Mahomes representing the offices of Emmy Law. If I may translate, you are asking how our ma and pa are enjoying life out in Foleywood?
Ahem, yes. I reckon that were a particularly winded way of asking it.
With the utmost respect, Your Honor, you sure could use a good editor. MEA Ward, likewise representing ME Law. We filed a motion regarding the legality of these here crusty, dusty laws being slapped down on the good citizens of Foleyville.
We believe such laws interfere with folks enjoying the Christmas season as the founders of Foleyville intended.
Furthermore, we believe the Honorable Mayor of Foleyville has done all within her earthly power to ensure a proper Christmas. And if these crusty and dusty laws persist, she ought to be granted an extension of time to deliver holiday cheer.
There's also persuasive evidence that a certain individual or a whole pack of them might be plotting to ruin Christmas outright.
The very mission of Foleyville, the cornerstone of this frontier town, is to protect the joy and jingle of Christmas. If ancient statues seek to shackle such merriment, I shall swing this gavel and declare every outdated Christmas law null and void.
Your Honor, good morning. Before you bring down that mighty gavel, Macy Grinch here, and this is Sam Scrooge, representing the firm O'Grinch and Scrooge.
Or as I like to call it, Scrooge and Grinch. Your Honor, it is an esteemed honor to stand before the illustrious Judge Prescott Vandelay. We contend that whether the crusty and dusty laws be good or bad ain't the point.
The real issue is these laws must be decided by the town legislature, not here in your magnificent courtroom.
Your Honor, the legislature moves slower than molasses in a snowstorm. It could take years, decades even. Christmas would turn to dust before they even finish talking.
And these two fine attorneys are perfectly aware of that fact. I reckon that's their plan. Christmas is tomorrow, Your Honor. If we wait, Christmas will be ruined.
Now hold your candy canes. You all make fine arguments, but the hard, cold fact remains, a law is a law. These crusty and dusty codes are hammered into the books for some purpose or other, and as such, it is my ruling that they are valid and may be duly applied.
What? Excuse me. No way. Did I hear that?
Case closed. Justice has jingled.
All rise! The 12th Circuit, 25th District Court of Christmas in the county of Foley, in the town of Foleyville, is adjourned. The law has spoken and the gavel has fallen. This court stands adjourned by order of His Honor, Prescott Vandelay IV. Clear the hall, mind your manners, and may mercy follow you further than trouble does.
With Judge Vandelay rendering a historic decision that didn't exactly smile upon Christmas, the rally was kicking into full gear. Still, not a single decoration had gone up, and without decorations, both Christmas itself and Mayor Amelia Dunstan's hold on the mayor's chair were hanging by a thread. Tensions were high, spirits were low, and Foleyville was teetering on the brink.
Land o' mercy, with the whole darn town stampeding to No Queen's Valley, I surely hope I cooked up enough grub to keep folks from gnawing on the furniture.
Somebody say food? I brought enough to feed an army, twice, plus their horses.
Good heavens, Miss Constance, that's a mountain of victuals. We could have a second supper and still have leftovers.
No leftovers? There is an old law on the books. Most people aren't even aware of it. It says that if I use school food for activities after school, there cannot be any leftovers. I could lose my license to hand out food.
We'll be sure there are no leftovers. That's mightily generous of you, Mrs. Constance.
Oh, it's nothing. The Christmas concert at the school was canceled because the instruments are stuck on that train. This food was going to feed everyone. Just one small catch. Anyone taking food also has to take a book.
Free grub and a book? Shoot, that's a deal even my husband can't mess up.
Speaking of messing things up, that old Mr. Hewlett went and botched my rally signs. Instead of writing no crings, he slapped crings on one side and no moss on the other like he was Roberto Duran.
Looks like Mr. Packard muddled orange signs too. All they say is NKOTB.
Yep, he told me it means no crings on this block. I reckon he was real proud of that one.
Lucy, hand me one of them signs there. I doctored it up a bit. Now it reads Xmas.
I'll bet my best boots that'll catch on and become a whole new way, saying Merry Christmas. Maybe forever.
Now, Warren, your signs. Not quite sure what magic to work on these.
I bet if we just hold 'em up high, Foleyville's a magical place. Something good's bound to happen.
Well, butter my biscuits, Warren. Ain't seen you since the great Christmas light incident.
Char, good to see you too. Take a sign. Wish we could gather like this more often, preferably without lighting catastrophes.
Sheriff Justin and I were just jawing about that. Warren, you're looking spry. How's that lovely wife of yours?
Dazzling as always. Looks like she found some friends to gab with. Foleyville sure works its magic. Now let me go fetch my charm of a wife before she adopts another stray musician.
Ah, well, paint me silver and call me a coin. Mr. Ironcrest, is that you?
Toya Sunshine, I'd be hog-tied. Did you ever start that community outreach program you always jawed about?
Sure as shooting I did. I call it the Sunshine Committee.
Toya, you remember that promise I made y'all?
I surely do, Vincent.
And what kind of promise might that be?
Gracious me. I am plumb forgetting myself, Toya Sunshine. Meet Dr. Shar Patchwell, the finest doc from here to yonder.
Howdy there, Shaw. Mighty pleased to make your acquaintance. Vincent and me, we go way back, like wagon ruts.
I vowed to Toya that if she ever started herself a community outreach program, I'd fork over a generous donation to get it rolling.
Well, ain't just that the berries. Toya, you come to collect?
That's what I figured. Well, I stumbled across a crusty old law buried deep in them books. Most folks ain't a clue about it.
A dusty old law, eh? What's it yammering about?
Says a charity outfit can't take donations unless it's got a doctor on the payroll.
If your program's hurting for a doctor, I come equipped with bandages and cookies. And I only charge hugs for my services.
Oh, then you're hired, Doc. Foleyville. Sure is a magical little town, ain't it?
I'll fetch my checkbook.
For the love of flapjackins, listen up. The Kringle Blocker crew is heading this way.
Mr. Better, ain't it nice seeing you around this time of year?
Miss McAllister, it's nice seeing you any time of the year. Heck, any time of the day.
Oh, hush. But truly, doesn't Foleyville feel extra magical right now?
Honey, you can bet your boots on that.
Dusty Lee Jones, land sakes, you clean up mighty fine.
Much obliged, ma'am. But compared to you, I'm looking like a dusty bunny in a windstorm. The greatest gift of the season is seeing you, Miss Bree.
Oh, my stars, you are sweeter than molasses on a July morning.
Ain't tough talking, sweet when the lady in front of you practically made of sugar.
Dusty Lee, you're laid it on thicker than Christmas fudge.
Foleyville just brings out the magic in folks.
I reckon you're right. Foleyville's magical through and through.
Well, slap my saddle, Mel Dustin. Ain't seen you since the Great Pancake Parade.
Reckon that's the price of living life out on the trails. Mighty glad to see you too, Cat.
No matter how many moons I spend sleeping under the stars, nothing beats coming home to Foleyville. This town's got more magic than a rabbit in a top hat.
Ain't that the truth? Foleyville's magic can make a cactus sing.
Hello, are y'all not listening? Chester and his non-good crew are riding this way. They're coming to ruin Christmas.
Did you hear something?
Yes, that was the train whistle. Sounds like A Drifter's chat with GPT went swell. The train's running again.
Howdy, Mayor. Howdy, all. Well, I got the train running.
Great, where is it? Who's driving it?
Well, the problem with my chat with GPT is that I was mainly focused on getting the train running. I forgot to ask about stopping it or driving it.
So all of our stuff is on that train, flying down the tracks, headed to who knows where?
Some of it, but I seen a young lady looting that train just before I got it running. Not one of Kringelblocker's crew, so maybe she was looting in a Christmas sort of way.
Dusty law out there, most folks don't even know about it. It says if you're looting in a Christmas sort of way, it ain't no crime.
Howdy, Mayor. Howdy, Cat. Howdy, Drifter. Y'all help yourselves to a holiday beverage. My treat.
Why, thank you, Phineas. What do I owe you?
Not a red cent, Miss Mayor. Foleyville's so full of magic, it's got me in the mood to give it away.
Give it away?
Give it away. Give it away now.
Wet hot chili peppers? We got wet hot chili peppers, courtesy of Mrs. Constance. Just be sure to grab a book too. Literacy never tasted so spicy.
Evening, folks. I was making my delivery rounds and stopped by the train just before it took off. I was able to grab some of that stuff. I just brought a whole wagon load. Mostly Christmas pies, a mess of decorations. Oh, and 2 pianos.
2 pianos? Well, slap my knee and call me Beethoven. I love tickling the ivories.
Anyone know any Christmas tunes, or should I just start tickling the ivories until something sounds festive?
Things were looking mighty grim for Mayor Amelia Dunstan and all of Foleyville. The governor was set to appear on Elaine's Ridge at 8 bells sharp, and if he didn't spy a shred of Christmas spirit below, he'd be riding down to town to swear in a brand new mayor. The fine folks of Foleyville were giving it their best effort. The truth be told, it weren't looking promising.
Ethan, boy, you sure you told the governor to meet us right here? Not say 3 hills over and a cow pasture away?
Yes, sir. Plain as day. Told him twice, maybe 3 times. He ought to trot up any minute.
Well, somebody better start talking. What's the grand plan again?
Simple as a square dance. Once the governor arrives, we'll escort him to the edge of Elaine's Bluff. From there, he'll see all the old Foleyville. No Christmas cheer anywhere. Not a twinkle. Not a tinsel. And the rest, well, you all know the story. Doom, gloom, and no gingerbread.
I reckon I also know of a crusty old law, one most folks done plumb forgot. It says if you go and get the governor lost on Christmas Eve, you can be hauled up in front of a judge and tried for treason against the territory.
Evening, Governor. Mighty fine to see you and your lovely wife. Evening, First Lady.
All right. That's a pretty Haskell routine. Show me whatever tomfoolery dragged me out here, so I can go back home.
What my husband meant to say is, thank you kindly for inviting us. Now, if you wouldn't mind, please tell us what we came to see.
Why, yes, ma'am. I'd be delighted if y'all will just follow me.
This is some sort of joke. I ain't smiling. Chester, it looks like it's 8 p.m. and there's no Christmas in Foleyville.
Well, Foleyville is a magical place. I say we investigate further.
Well, we have to head down there anyhow, on account of the governor having to swear me in as mayor.
I reckon he's right. Let's head down to Foleyville.
Oh, shouldn't take us no more than 15 minutes. And then I'll be mayor of Foleyville. Hiya, my name's Donnie. These are my friends. We're the new kids on the block. We saw your sign and maybe thought we would play some music for you and your friends.
I reckon that's a yes, fellas. Looks like there's 2 pianos over yonder. Do your thing, boys.
What in the...
Just like I thought, Foleyville is magical.
You are right, dear. Foleyville is magical.
Well, now, it might be magical, and they may have a bunch of Christmas cheer now, but a law is a law. This place did not have Christmas cheer at 8 p.m. The only fair and law-abiding thing to do is head into town, swear me in as mayor.
I am both fair and just. Let's go swear in a new mayor.
Folks, I reckon my heart's wearing two different saddles today. I'm mighty honored to stand before you hosting such a respectable gathering here at the Walsh Hotel, yet sorrow sits heavy knowing we're here on the account of such a low-down, good-for-nothing fella. People of Foleyville, I give you your current mayor, Miss Amelia Donson. And I guess our next mayor, Chester Kringleblocker.
Thank you kindly, fine folks of Foleyville. Ain't been no greater privilege in my days than serving this town and every soul in it. And how I wish I could keep on doing just that, but law is law. I failed to bring forth Christmas cheer by the strike of 8, and so I suppose my time's done. Governor, I stand ready. You may commence to swear in Chester Kringleblocker as mayor of Foleyville. Reckon Chester's got the best of us this time, Drifter, and he done it all proper like, hiding behind them crusty old laws.
Now, don't go throwing in the towel just yet. Take a gander at this dusty statue I dug up from the archives.
Well, I'll be. I follow what it's saying, but Chester'll march right along with whatever the law demands. Then he'll be mayor of Foleyville fair and square. Can't see how this relic of a law helps our case one lick.
I've been on Chester's tail for a mighty long spell. I know that snake's habits better than he knows himself, and this right here, something he'll never bring himself to do.
Did you guys not hear me? I've been yelling my head off that Chester was coming to town around Christmas. Oh. Hey, Chester.
Oh, hello, young one. Sorry, I guess they didn't hear you. And here I am. And that is Mayor Chester now. I'm glad you're here, because you can witness me ruin Christmas in person.
Not so fast, Chester. According to this here paperwork, there's one more hoop you gotta jump through before you can rightly call yourself Mayor of Foleyville.
What kind of hogwash you spouting, Dunstan? The governor himself just put that title on me.
Not so fast, my friend. Foleyville seems to be crawling with dusty old laws nobody laid eyes on in decades. And wouldn't you know it, this one's about as old and crusty as a wagon wheel in January. Most folks ain't even heard tell of it. Till now.
What does the old law say?
Says it clear as a mountain sunrise. Any feller taking the mayor's chair after a special election's gotta sing a song. With not one, but 2 pianos a-playing.
Now hold your horses. That can't be right. That won't be right.
Read it and weep, Chester. It's printed right here in this fine, crusty statute. Lucy, warm up them ivories. Let's play something our soon-to-be Mayor Kringleblocker can belt out for the fine folks of Foleyville.
No, you can't force me to sing. Not with 2 cursed pianos. I ain't doing it. Come on, you two. We'll ruin Christmas next year instead.
I wonder why Chester refused to sing with 2 pianos. We'll probably never know. Either way, the fine folks of Foleyville went and did it again. I guess you gotta wonder how they keep saving Christmas year after year. But truth be told, it ain't that mysterious. They lean on the love of their family and friends. And when you got that kind of love riding alongside you, well, there just ain't a thing in this world you can't do. So like we always do about this time,
from Foleyville to Yorkville, Merry Christmas.